It's a long flight we have across the Pacific. First to Taiwan, then Bangkok, and finally to Siem Reap in Cambodia. And what an introduction to Cambodia we have as we encounter this parade of locals going to the temple. Sur Sadai means hello in the Khmer language. We stay at the beautiful Angkor Village Hotel, where we enjoy a welcome drink, and our guide Ratty outlines our itinerary. I just love the china at this hotel and wish I could bring it home with me. How do you greet people in Cambodia?
Our friends are the same age, we do like this. Someone older than us, we do like this. For our parents, to the Buddha and the gods.
And now here it is in all its glory, Angkor Wat, the largest religious structure in the world. We are overwhelmed at its size and its beauty. The 5 towers represent the 5 peaks of Mount Meru, home to the gods in Hindu mythology. The walls are covered in detailed bas-reliefs telling Hindu and Buddhist stories.
The artisans who did this artwork had to be perfectionists. If they made a mistake and the joints didn't join properly, then they were executed.
There are 1,000 rooms in Angkor Wat, and it became a Buddhist temple in the 12th century. Such a steep stairway we have to climb to the top of Mount Meru, where now we're seeing the Buddhist statues. We meet a Buddhist monk who blesses us and ties a red string around our wrist.
It's a bracelet for protection from disaster, from dangerous accident, and bring more luck, happiness, and prosperity to your life.
Down we go, and look, here on the temple grounds, we meet young couples in their wedding attire, vibrant, colorful silk, and intricate beading. Monks wear saffron-colored robes, the color standing for the renunciation of material life in Buddhist philosophy. Angkor Wat appears on the Cambodian flag. The Buddhist flag, blue for compassion, yellow, avoid extremes, red for blessings, white for purity of teachings, and orange for wisdom. These band members have all lost limbs as a result of landmines. For years, the Prohm Temple, made famous in the Tomb Raider movie, was swallowed up by the Cambodian jungle. Strangling root formations engulfed the temple, snaking across the crumbling walls, taking centuries to do their damage. Archaeologists decided to leave this Buddhist temple largely untouched, so we could experience it in a different way from, say, Angkor Wat, that was largely restored. There's a strange and haunted charm about this place. And now the Bayon Temple, yet another fascinating temple in this Angkor Archaeological Park. It's so impressive, 54 towers and 216 smiling faces. The faces represent King Jayavarman, who built the temple. Banteay Srei Hindu temple stands out from many of the other ones because it's small and it's built from red sandstone. This sandstone lends itself to carving. The carving here is intricate and detailed, embellishing all the walls and towers. I think we liked it the best of all. What's the best thing to drink in Cambodia? Well, Angkor beer, of course. A traditional Khmer dance show features dancers in colorful costumes, and it's very important to watch the hand gestures. It was an excellent show. We really enjoyed it.
So, Ratty, let me get this straight. So we're going up this mountain to go see a bunch of penises.
Yeah, we're going to see peanut up there.
The 2K hike to the River of 1,000 Lingas, Lingas are fertility symbols, means navigating over streams and around boulders. On arrival, we see the many images carved into the rocks on the riverbed. Gerry and I came prepared to swim at the waterfall. I change in the cave and then happily lie in the river. Little does Gerry remember that he left in his hearing aids, and they float away. Float away. Here's a good way to get around Siem Reap. Let's go! Just look at the decommissioned landmines and explosive devices that have been collected. Cambodia remains one of the most heavily mined countries in the world from decades of conflict. Now, Dawn, this section is for you. The skinny cows with the ribs showing, and the hard-working people collecting sheaves of rice and wrapping them into bundles. And for you, Gerry, a sunset. It's fun to feel the vibe of the local market in Siem Reap. It's a way to look into the lives of the local people. Just look at all the fresh produce here. It's a real delicacy to have a snake for dinner. Did you know you can make sugar from palm tree sap? Palm juice drops slowly from palm flowers into bamboo containers. It's boiled and then poured into molds to harden and produce this lovely sugar candy. Do you see the Tonle Sap Lake here? Well, it's formed when the Mekong River floods every year and forces the Tonle Sap River in central Cambodia to flow backwards, creating a huge lake and a productive inland fishery. Starting in 1975, Pol Pot and his Khmer Rouge communists murdered 3 million Cambodians. The high school became one of many prisons where people were brutally tortured and killed, buried in mass graves and killing fields. May we never forget man's inhumanity to man. We pay our respects in the Buddhist tradition by lighting incense and laying flowers at the Tower of Skulls, unearthed at this site. These 2 men endured the pain and torture to tell their stories, and we buy their book. The genocide cannot be our last Cambodian memory. Here at the Royal Palace, we see the rich cultural heritage of Khmer architecture. Marvel at the regal splendor. We see the throne room, the silver pagoda. 500 pure silver tiles line the floor. There are beautifully landscaped gardens and giant Buddha statues. I meet this cat at the Royal Palace. I name her Khmer. Ratty writes our names in the Khmer alphabet. The alphabet has 74 letters. Listen to Ratty.
This is the Cambodian alphabet I'm going to say, but only the consonant. Ka, ka, go, ko, no, cha, cha, jo, cho, nyo, da, ta, du, tu, na, ta, ta, to, to, no, ba, pa, po, po, mo, yo, ro, lo, wo, sa, la, a, ha. The tree grows, tree will give leaf. The tree will give flower, and the tree give fruit.
And lastly, Rathi tells us that in Buddhist philosophy, there are three things that cannot be hidden.
They are the sun, the moon, and the truth.